Hey everyone, Miacidae here. Welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. So last time we found a kind of interesting ship in one of these, I think it was the Shattered World, but it might have been the Ice World, where a more or less tithe ship that was carrying a lot of Psykers had crash landed, and essentially Nurgle had gotten on board and infiltrated via one of the Psykers and infected everyone on board, and it was kind of a bad sight. Got some interesting stuff though, and so we kind of took care of that. But the whole reason we came here was Heriokh's, I think that's how you pronounce it, Rim Station, so that's why we're going here. So, we welcome your lordship to Heriokh's Rim, our humble trading station. I am Steward Pontus Locked, here to offer our highborn guests the only finest wares and special ship modules. The helmsman's snort is heard over the internal Vox channel. A trading station, pull the other one. Everyone in the Expanse knows that this is Pirate's Den where they peddled their stolen plunder. But to be fair, they never touch the customers, which is probably why they're still alive. Lord Captain, the ship's cannons are fully primed, the station's well fortified, and its inhabitants will probably attempt to fight back, but we are stronger. Do you command we attack this hotbed of genetic aberration? Oh, this could be interesting. So I could probably get a better weapon or something. I wonder if there's been any interesting rumors here before we, fight them. Let's see if he has any tactical recommendations here. I'd advise a decisive approach strategy. The station is well prepared for a long artillery duel. Rumor has it that they traded with the exploiters for improved macro cannon boosters and warheads whose spirits can adjust the flight of missiles. In short-range battle, their guns will be less dangerous. Alright, so just rush them. Well, what rumors have been around lately? Same old rampaging pirates, nefarious smugglers, Xenos preying on lone ship, valiant navy alone fights them all, and we thank the God Emperor that we can enjoy its protection. There's a rumor about lone Adeptus Mechanicus ship, ancient hulk that's reported to appear on one unknown system or another, only to vanish the next day. Nah. Alright. Well, mutant stronghold will fall to arms. Let's see how this goes. This is not what I thought was going to happen, but you know, let's have some fun with it. So I gotta charge straight in because the short range stuff is going to be less dangerous. Oh, they have a lot. Just the Cobra class destroyers there can probably take me out. Can I see how these turrets are gonna shoot? I wonder if they're only going to shoot in that direction in particular. So I can ram the Cobra class destroyer there. I don't think I get any more movement though. So dorsal cannons here. Let's go at the other Cobra class destroyer, just get all the little stuff done. Portside cannons at him, hopefully taking him out. And starboard cannons cannot hit this frigate, but yeah, okay. That being said, let's vulnerability scan them. Now they have vulnerability on this side. Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. I think they're just pointing all their guns at me. Theory Interceptor. That'll be easy to take down, it looks like.
Absorption potential.
Sunhammer.
Void shield is non-functional.
Still have no abilities from these folks, huh? Okay. Well, if I go here, the Zoa Lance can take out... Oh, I have to hit this 4 times, huh? Will the dorsal take anything out? No. Let's just go here for now. Curious why I don't have any of my other abilities. Torpedo control came on. Protective field generator we could hit. I think it's going to be better for me to take out these interceptors. If I go here, Starbirds couldn't hit them, but if I went here, the Starbirds could. And then they're down. Or I could miss. Lovely. And how bad's that going to hit me? Very hard. Very hard.
Clumsy and fragile. No match for Azuriani craftsmanship.
They said to run straight in. Oof. Let's try that again. I think I'm going to have to dodge the gunfire somehow, because it looks like they have to reposition. So, if I instead just lance one of the Cobra destroyers, instead of, like, ramming into it, and dorsal gun it, I could starboard as I come by. I honestly thought that thing would be done by now. And then I can port side this Cobra class destroyer, sending the turrets this way, or the torpedoes this way, and then just keep going. Yeah, I can't be in like direct line of fire to them. Gotcha. They can really outmaneuver me, so I gotta be careful here. Let's try to take out... You know what? Port side cannon, not close enough. If I went here... No. I was thinking maybe I should take out the Cobra class there. As I stand, my port side can take out, or hit this sword class frigate. So let's do that for now. Vuln scan the void turret. Hopefully, it's right there. And then I go right there. The dorsal can hit. The Mazoa lance can't do anything. But could the Mazoa lance do something from here? Yeah, so let's go here for now. Mazoa lance, the void lance turret. That's way in the back. And not do much to it. We can move down. Not sure why I was able to do that twice. Oh, I don't get my starboard weapon then. And then we can starboard the turret right here. And just try to do as much damage as we can this way. Reload all macro cannons that were fired. I mean, it's one shot, right? Oh. That was the wrong cannon. Okay. I'm surprised this turret got to fire.
Decks are reporting hull breaches.
I'm very surprised all those got to fire. That was the whole reason I got that close. Alright, let's try this again. So we're going to take out that Cobra Destroyer. I was really hoping for that. I go here. We can port side cannon it. It goes down. And we go here. Rise up pattern the sword frigate. Then torpedoes go out.
The whispers grow louder.
And we're in a
We
bad spot.
approach oblivion.
So now... One, two. Let's give this some movement points. Make it move here. That's fine. Like, I know we're supposed to take out the control tower here. But we probably need to break through the protective generator to do that. But I really need these turrets down. And I also need these ships down. So to do that, like... do we just blast away at these things? And hope we hit? Now if I'm right here, these two can hit me, and these two can hit me. Turret's almost down. And I can't do much else. Okay, well, we'll see where this goes. So one. Actually fired at the rockets and totally took them out.
We have lost the shield.
I've not seen something do that at all.
For our aid.
We are exposed.
That's just so much firepower. Is this something I'm supposed to be able to do? Like, right now at least. So the other thought I have is it says not to do long range. realistically, that seems to be the better plan. So I can ram this guy, take him out.
I know this tremor. Our shields are weakening.
Starboard, take the other destroyer out. And that's what we can do for now. I'm going to try to book it towards this to get my shields back. But we'll see what we can do. Yeah, they're behind me. I can't do too much to them right now. If I do new heading, I can't do too much, but I can get to like right here. But once I get here, what I could technically do, there's not much range on that. I could technically hit the sword class frigate though. Nah, what we'll do is from here. I was hoping that the Mazor could shoot the turret. I can starboard the Void Lance here. Dorsal it. And we'll put the torpedoes out. Then just keep going this way and hope to get in the shield. Well, it took one off of us. If I shoot my starboard cannon, I can reload it. And I can dorsal and maybe take the lance and turret out there. Okay, that's one. We go in here and I get my shields back. And now they're going to have to twist to hit me. I can't hit anything with reload, so it better not waste it. That interceptor hits me, it's gonna hurt. Oh, that's not what I thought they would do. But better pop them.
Your crude shield technology is insufficient to weather this storm.
Dorsal. It's not even going to be enough to take up part of the thing. We can still starboard. That would do 3 times 21. See if we can't take out the interceptors here. Starboard cannon them. Got 2. Interceptor on them. There's another. Not sure what good anything else will do. And then if I turn to like right here, I can Mazoa Lance, the Void Lance turret. And then Vuln scan on the turret, for whatever good that might do us. And we can go here and try to dodge them. I'm surprised it got that turn off.
The vessel's on the brink.
Yeah, I don't know what to do here. So we have an autosave just before we go into there. I'm just gonna go back to this because there's no way of me taking this thing out without like upgrading my ship. So we'll come back to that. Because if I go to my void ship management, the only other thing I have is the Mars macro battery, which instead of firing 3 shots dealing 21 damage, it'd fire 4 shots dealing 14. I can upgrade the hull, I can upgrade my RAM, which, What I'm not sure about is why these abilities aren't showing up again. Like, they have these abilities. Obviously, like, Warp Weave and Swing Run were things before, and those might have helped me. So we can try to give that a shot one more time. And I'm not sure why I keep losing the ability to use those abilities. Alright, so as you can see from what little clips I left in from the Heriokh Rim Station, things weren't going well. I tried a dozen different plans. I tried for like 40 minutes to get through the fight. Nothing's really working. Not sure if it's just because my void ship isn't up to par, my abilities aren't up to par, or just not going about the fight right. But what they suggested doing really isn't, or what my master helmsman, I should say, isn't suggested, really is not the plan, because they said get in close and their guns shouldn't be as good. They're just as effective in close range as they are at long range, so I don't know what he was talking about, but realistically, that does not work. So we're just going to put that off to later, if I even remember it, and we're going to go back to the Koronus Expanse and explore a little more. Now, I think I'm going to go and try to find this dumped cargo rumor here quick. Double back, go to the Eldari survivors, and then keep going towards Kavya Gamma. And we'll go from there. Lord Captain, the Lux Mechanics assigned to the Astropathic channel are reporting significant drop in our communications potential. This may be a consequence of the telepathic ritual in which your lordship deigned to participate. The enforcers are reporting that the quarrymaster asked for an audience with the Lord Captain and has since locked himself in the chapel, refusing to let anyone in. As brazen as the audience may seem, I cannot shake the feeling that it is a cry for help. Lovely. We should probably go do that. Master Arms reports a disturbance in the Foundry Bay. A certain Miacidae, a avenging figure beloved by the Lord Dakrabel, shot the commanding commandant during a routine medical supply delivery and called on the vessel's serfs to fight for a better life. Why would they shoot a medical supply delivery, though? The rabble immediately plundered the medical storehouse and proceeded to smash the other supply store rations, slaughtering officers as they went. Miacidae escaped. The situation on deck is increasingly spinning out of control. Master Arms asks permission to employ harshest possible treatment, not simply to restore order, but to avenge the dead commandant as well as the fallen enforcers. I want to know more about the commandant's murder. Miacidae's reason for the attack had to do with the widow of a respected foreman. She had delayed the queue by begging to be given medicine for her afflicted children, which the commandant refused because her requested exceeded the expenditure quota. Okay. The widow persisted and was given 10 lashes on the spot. That's when Miacidae fired the fatal pistol shot, set off the mutiny. Learn more about Nemesis. Master at Arms reports that this is the 4th Nemesis to operate on the lower decks in the past few years. Previous 3 were captured by enforcers, each openly identified themselves as Nemesis. The public executions evidently had no effect on people continue to rally around their hero as soon as one emerges, and always believe the invulnerability of their champion. Seneschal points out that all Nemesis act in the same fashion whenever the rebels are feeling oppressed. They step forward, serving as a spark that ignites fires and sedation. They target officers of the most hated by the workers for their strictness and adherence to order, with every murder bringing cheers from the commoners. Boxmaster shares rumors about Nemesis being abound on the lower decks. Some say he arises from the blood of the oppressed laborers, and that, as such, he is the vessel spirit of justice. Others still believe that he's a mortal hero. Such veneration makes it difficult to capture this riffraff's champion. Okay. In light of the discovery of the Gene Stealer cult cell on the ship, Heinrich von Calix recommends paying special attention to the Nemesis story. The interrogator suspects that an escaped mutant is behind the incite to revolt is too similar to the one of the tactics employed by these enemies of humanity. Okay. So let's request information about them. That's requesting information about the Foundry Bay. It is a place of unbearable heat and poisoned air. Scrap metal is melted into plates that are later used to repair and refit the hull. There are no critical facilities here, and the bay is fairly easy to isolate. This opens up opportunities for quelling unrest, with no casualties among the enforcers. I don't like any of these options again, because I really would like to know who this Nemesis is, just so I can get my hands on him. However, 4 and 5 are of particular interest to me. So if we sow this division among the rebel, whoever gives up Nemesis will be moved up middle ranks, or middle decks. They might give up Nemesis, or Nemesis. However, we comfort the exhausted people, we give them medicine, we give them supplies, Nemesis might attack again. So let's do the iconoclast thing. He might attack, he might show himself, or they might be so thankful that they give him up. I like 5, but also 6 or 4 might help. So let's get the iconoclast points. We help our people. They help us out. We'll see what happens. I mean, I see the point here. So unrest has subsided, and while serfs praise the rogue trader's generosity, the enforcers gloomily predict that the rebel will simply just shed blood more quickly and willingly next time they find themselves lacking for something. That is true. Demonic eyes had materialized and begun to slither across the walls of crew quarter 49. Burning orbs swelled like bubbles of fetid swamp gas, only secluded places at first, later appearing in plain sight. Everyone subject to their glare started experiencing headaches and spells of self-flagellation. After one of the officers peeled off a portion of his own skin to fashion a makeshift eyelid for one of the fiendish orbs, this section was quarantined since neither fire nor other munitions could prevent the eyes from sprouting up on the ship. The vessel was cleansed by only escaping the clutching embrace of the Sea of Souls. No more perils of the warp prevented the ship from returning to real space. Alright. Let's chart first. Go to the bridge. Let's see what the courier guy wants. Because Zachary helped us, let's go help him. And make sure he hasn't gone crazy with the warp stuff. Yeah? Want to make sure we didn't get any experience because we were so close to that level. Alright. So, Astropathic Chapel. And this place is just so cool. All the music. Okay. Oh, this place still isn't great. Where's your choir, buddy? They're alive. I know it. I saved every single one of them. An unpleasant heaviness grows in your head as if a vice were slowly tightening its grip on your mind. The choir master is kneeling, his burnt-out eyes peering into the void. He raises his head, and you see a weary old man, weak and frightened. He whispers, She is here. Adeline has returned. She is asking for help, but you scare her. She is hiding from you. You will not harm her, will you? From every direction, every shadow, comes a playful, girlish laughter. At times it transforms into an old man's rueful weeping, and at other times into a deep growl of annoyance. The sounds form cold, malicious words. The sorrow will be eternal. Everyone takes damage 6 to 9. So ranging 6 to 9, except for the bird who took 20? Why did the bird take 20 damage? And why is Argento laughing? Sorrow? To perceive corruption is triumph. For once you will perceive it, you can eradicate it. Cower, blasphemous spawn. I hear your voices. I follow the trail. The whispers keep saying that we should kill Old Weiss. They're just so giddy about it. I guess we shouldn't kill him then. The whispers never get excited about anything good. Yeah, don't listen to the whispers. Don't listen to the whispers. He is such a terribly wounded soul. It has all but sunk beneath the gray-blue blisters of guilt, and they are swelling ever so rapidly. The last silvery speck of hope could fade at any moment. And how do we find Adeline? Adeline, she is there in the shadows. Many shadows lie. The true ghosts are hiding among the false ones, but I hear Thaddeus' earnest prayer and old Starvos' words of disappointment. He always doubted my talents as a mentor. I hear poor Antonius' screams, the scream he let out when he unwillingly gave up the last of his vitality. Annius's pleas. I condemn her to an existence as a half-machine. I can even almost sense Sevia's touch. She tried to save me, but she fell instead. So many voices, all condemning me for what I did. Finding them separate the true voices from the false echoes. Well, let's not address the shadows because I have a bad feeling about it. He's crazy, so asking him what's going on right now in the moment is not going to help. So let's just say we'll find Adeline and bring her out into the light. The shadows croak hoarsely into the old man's voice. Why do you seek his redemption? He was always a terrible leader and a talentless mentor. He doomed everyone. He was arrogant, having no notion of his own wretchedness. He did not put his faith in the Emperor, but instead believed himself to be invincible. And he paid for his mistake with our lives. It was cruel and painful. Find the entity intruding in the chapel. We begged him to reconsider, but he took our minds away as punishment. But we were loyal to him regardless. We tried to save him even though he had not saved us. He is guilty. Oh, that is... if this is what he's hearing constantly. Oh, they're like everywhere. So I can interact with this one. What does this do? An injury, that's what it does. You will never banish this sorrow. Give me some time alone with him. Okay, let's not do that. I've prepared you well, Zachary. My courier will live up to my name.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
I don't think we need to interact with that one. You were a failure of a teacher. Well, he was a teacher. I have a bad feeling about this one. Okay. Thaddeus.
Intriguing.
I call to you, O Prince of Pleasure. No, 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 no. And that one was, the God Emperor is a lie. That could have been him in his last moments, alright.
Let's seize the opportunity.
We already saw that one. There's one way back here. This one. The God Emperor protect us, so I don't know why that one just sounded right. Now there's ones way over here.
Unseen, uncover my path.
So let's see about this. Antonius. I'll gladly give my last for you. This is a puzzle about, like, what he was talking about his students. I should have paid more attention to that.
Embrace
First one we talked to.
power.
Nope. Ouchie. This is gonna be bad. Oh, they, switched. Courier. Prepared my courier well. Do I have to redo all of this?
Explored.
So I did. I didn't do failure of a teacher, did I? Prepared you well? No, I think I did the one over there. That's another trauma. Yeah, I have failure of a teacher, taught them nothing. And Thaddeus was... Yeah, I have to redo all of this. So let me write all this down, just in case I get something wrong. And then it was like the Emperor protects or something up here. Yeah, this one. Can I talk to him to see... How do I find Adeline? Okay, earnest prayer. Then star... So there's a guy who was disappointed at his mentor. That's Stavros. Antonius's scream. And for vitality. Annius's plea as condemned her to existence as half machine. Sevia's touch as she saved but fell instead. Okay. Walk away from him as we kind of continue this. So, Antonius... I think this is one I failed over here. Yes. That was him condemning it. That was... No. So, is there one, like, right here? No, that's the one I just visited, so it has to be one right here. I'll gladly give my last read, teacher. Scream. Sounds about right. Oh, that one's already lied to us, it says. At least it does that. And that one doesn't seem like it's screaming, so just one. Welp. All the traumas.
Will bow.
Let's do this again then. We know how this one goes. Failure of a teacher. That's Sven Starvos, I'm assuming. Then Thaddeus was over here. Emperor protect us. Then it has to be the Thaddeus over here. Or the Antonius. This is the only one I haven't interacted with. And then we're left with the Annis. That's mind boiling. I don't think that's right. And then Annis right here. Half machine, mindless things. Okay. Svetia. Okay. By your side, no. Probably this one right here so far. Yeah, by your side. Banish the ghost, now with all these traumas. Yay! Adeline? Hi! The ghost stares at Weiss mournfully. The muffled sob coming from the aberration almost seems to take physical form as it drifts towards the quartermaster and envelops him. Do not harm her, please. The poor girl is frightened to death. Let me talk to her. I cannot fail again. I have Iconoclast. I was going to say, let's take the persuasion, but I have Iconoclast here. It's not her. You cannot wallow in your own guilt forever. There are people out there and in here who depend on you. Living people. That works. I know, your lordship. I know this is not Adeline, but an echo of one who devoured her soul. Of the one who devoured her soul. Oof. I just wanted to see her again, hear her voice again for a brief moment. Ghost of my failure, now is your time to vanish. Iconoclast +2, and enough experience to level up. Then he bonks her away. Good job, man. And thank you, your lordship. The burden was too heavy for me to bear. So, are you good? In a bodily sense, yes. So, in a mental sense, which is what matters for the Psychers, that's a no? What was that? A reckoning, Lord Captain. A reckoning for my great arrogance. Demons have been pursuing me for years, following my scent, sending me dire messages, hunting me, and now they have me. The entities that have manifested here during the ritual were banished, but lingering echo of the presence has latched onto the shadows. It has sprouted into the darkness and pounced upon my mind. So why were demons pursuing you? I am guilty. I wronged them. I had been promised a great future at the Scholastica Psychonica, for my talents were exceptional, but fate would not have it, and instead of serving on Holy Terra, I ended up here in the Expanse, where barely a gleam of the Astronomica reaches. My pride took a heavy blow, but my spirit was not cowed. I set to assemble a choir unlike any yet seen here, a mighty, resonant, astounding choir. Lady Theodora expanded tremendous resources, bartering with captains and governors to procure astropaths of my choosing. I brought together talents and budding geniuses under my authority. They were to ensure I would make a triumphant comeback. And they could do that for me. The team of brilliant astropaths whose talents were honed to perfection, Adeline, Annis, Antonius, every one of them surpassed myself as I used to be. I saw that my time was coming, and I lied to you when I lied to you when I told you it was Lady Theodora who had forced us to go through that ritual. The idea had been mine when, in her paranoia, her ladyship set out to find the spies aboard her ship. I made her an offer, a ritual that could give her names in exchange for my fledgling's freedom and my own. It was a good deal. She was willing to trade 7 astropaths for the name of the traitors, and I doomed them all. My pride killed them. So if you got your freedom, why did you stay on the ship? At first, Lady Theodora wanted to have me executed for what happened, but then she regained composure and graciously agreed to honor our deal. But where was I to go? My dead were all here. So what actually went wrong in the ritual? Adeline was my ritual protector, only to become my greatest vulnerability. When the mad stream of other people's thoughts had started to disorient my astropaths, I had become frightened for her. I hesitated, I wanted to spare her, and I lost control. The right thing to do would have been to sacrifice her, but I couldn't. I'd always had a soft spot for her. Her genius made her my favorite. So what about the other voices? Were they your... Oh, I want to say the other thing, and I'm assuming they were here as other apprentices. I just clicked the wrong thing. So what did we just say? Now I know the truth. That's for the best. I can no longer carry this burden alone. With Lady Theodora dead, I thought my crime had been forgotten, erased from history. The thought of my crime being forgotten and erased from history is unbearable. I want to be judged and condemned. You know, this sounds about right. You have not allowed the warp to break you. So continue your service, for humanity needs you, and in your duty you get redemption. There we go. He grips the Aquila on his belt so tightly that the gold wings draw blood from his fist. You are right, your lordship. Wishing to abandon my post is cowardice, and an offense against him. The old man holds out his staff to you. Please take it. This mighty instrument is the last reminder of Adeline and the others, of my guilt. It was with this that I performed the last ritual. I have no right to carry it any longer and would like it to be yours. A reminder of the painful lesson my pride has taught me. Detachment from death. Allies of the staff's wielder have their dodge increased by 1%. Then the visions of death. That could be really good. One thing is you need telepathy, I think, to even use it. So it has to go to Idira. I do not think Cassia can use it. Yeah, Cassia just can't. Okay, but still cool nonetheless. Let's do some levels here quick. Talent here. I want to take Hunter's Ambush, but how often do I attack an immobilized or stunned enemy? Like, it seems like such a good thing, and at the same time, I just don't target them. So I think I'm going to take, because it's a normal talent and not a minor talent, or like a common talent here, which I'm not going to get for a hot minute, but that's fine. I'm going to take Inspiring Trophy here. So whenever I take down a prey whose difficulty is 4 or higher, I just get flat 2 AP, which can help in snowballing things. So that'll be handy. Pascal. Talent. Let's just take Wind Currents here. So whenever the Cyber Eagle starts soaring, so that's every time it goes up in the air at the end of the turn, and I believe every time I use one of its talents, or the skills. I could be wrong on using the skill parts. It just gains 3 characteristics, which is agility, which is what it bases its damage off of, until the end of combat, and it stacks. So that's great. Abelard. Let's take Resilient Beacon, so critical hits deal 31% less damage to him. Argenta. Oh, there's so much to take here. Because I use Confident Approach a lot, let's use Calm and Steady. That way I keep some of the stuff from Versatility. That way I get some of the ballistic skill bonuses. Cassia. Oh, there's just so much stuff here. I have most of the stuff I want for the zoning, I believe. We can take point of interest, so all combat tactic bonuses are increased by 4% if the area isn't moved for 2 rounds. There's a lot of times I do that, so that can work out. Then Idira. We'll take does it hurt? An additional 30% critical hit chance on damage over time effects. Sure, cool. And then we can get out of here.
Unseen, uncover my path.
And get rid of all of those traumas. Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to go to the quarters, but that's fine. I just want to go to the Koronus Expanse. I wish there was a faster way to get out there. Is there? Okay, visit. And then 100 Dream Crossroad. Oh, this is going to be fun. So there's enemies of humanity, and then there's a few planets. Let's visit the planets first. Beginning a scan. There is Phlogiston. I do not believe I have Phlogiston. I have 5 Phlogiston, but we'll take 2 more. What's this planet? No resources, just experience. This one's in an asteroid belt. You'd think it would be pelted a ton. There is promethium here and a lot of it. So I'll take that. We have a lot of promethium now. There's another planet here. There's 5 planets total, so might as well visit them all. Aqua Planet, Ocean World. Nothing here. Oh, I wanted to avoid these guys. You're facing Chaos Worshippers. It seems their ship had been lying in wait. Here, the Voxmaster reports an incoming transmission. Let's hear it. A blood-curdling, visceral scream from the Voxcaster deafens the officers on the bridge. Frightening and pale, they cover their ears with their hands to carry on working despite the impulse to vomit. Mocking inhuman voice giggles hysterically. Today is the day you die. Then the transmission ends. Okay, well, let's show them who rules this place. Not that I rule it, but, you know, we're gonna take over.
I'll be your beacon.
Infidel class raider, and murder class raider. So this could be interesting. Not dealt with these. They got torps. They got torps. And the murder class cruiser, that could be bad. But all they have is the torps on me. Oh, pyrokinetic. What's that gonna do to me? Okay, he did actually hit me. We might be able to get something interesting out of this if we can actually beat the fight. Alright. So, Mizoa Land. Actually, first, let's do the Starbreaker. And let's try to take out the Infidel class raider. On our right here. Mizoa Lance weapon on the cruiser. Just to try to take out some shields. Port side cannon when we cruise by. And then turny turn. If we go forward by 1 more. Oh, our starboard can hit the other Infidel class raider. I'm kind of glad here that we've gotten all of our abilities, because remember when I was doing, I think I cut this, but when I was doing front side, okay, the siege thing, half these abilities weren't there.
Shield technology.
I think that cost me more than it cost them. wonder if I do get any of their weapons. So, fire straight into them. Well, that looked like it did some damage. Dorsal cannon into them. Starboard go-go. Port side isn't going to do much. And I can't ram them. Port side can do much. Torpedo control. Maybe we go at the Infidel class there. Oh, it can only be used during the end phase. Come on. One more. Oh, because I use the torps, she can't do anything. Gotcha. Corrupted Melta torpedoes. Those just sound bad. And then my plasma torpedoes, which can probably hit the Infidel class here. And go pop. That's one target down. So they have a debuff on me that I'm trying to read here. I'm on fire and take 5 to 10 damage a round. That's actually not good. But they keep just doing that, it seems, with the murder class. They're probably going to be able to hit me with something. I thought. Okay, maybe not. I'm wondering if I can leave the murder class alone. We'll see. Or the Swift Death Fighter. Murder class probably goes down from this. So firing our Azora Lance here. Really hoping. No. Warp Wave. Go. That did not take out the Swift Death Fighter. Well. Port side cannons. They're down. Okay. And torps for me. Kinda scared at what their torps are gonna do. So we have to get that ship on our next turn. Oh, never mind. So if I go here, I can hit them with my dorsal. So Starbaker Lance. And from there, I can go here. If I'm right here, can I hit them with this? No, one more and I can... If I'm right here, can I hit them with the Mazoa? I can. So if I go right here to here, I can hit them with the starboard Ryza. Then we flip Mazoa Lance them. And that's a win.
The Emperor blessed us with victory this day.
11 unholy amulets. So I'm wondering if these are like 60% of a Dark Heretic each. Or if that's 30 and then 30. Because I'm not sure how this would get to 20% with 11. And then we need to get a Jovian Pattern Class 2 drive. So that's 14 speed along with low acceleration and braking. So, I mean, that's faster than what I have, just bad acceleration and braking. I'm not sure if that's better, but 107 scrap. So we'll see what that does for us. All things considered, it's probably an upgrade. The fact that we can go farther. I'll take it. And, like, repair. That fight almost paid for the repairs. And we get to go to this world. Begin scan. I think it's a magma world or a dead world. Arid world. No resources. Okay. And let's see if I can go where I want next. Actually. Kinda interesting. I would have to... I know I have enough of the navigator points now. But, like... I would have to go kinda far back. And... then go and make this safe anyway. So I could spend 6 points just to get to the other half of the dumped cargo. I'm trying to look at where I have to go from here, because then... if I go up to this, I have to spend 3, I think, to go from Orsel's Prophecy to Adamant. And I'm assuming... so that's going to be 3. And another 3 to get here. Minimum. If not 6. Yeah, we can do that. Of course. Make safe. And travel. 4 profit factor gained. Not sure why we gained 4. Was that from colonies? Yes, it was a colony reward from Janus. Science of Virtue. Profit factor gained 3. Dogmatic plus 10 and provisions plus 6. So, we can do the Cure for Sloth because I guess I have 3 chemicals. It'll give me 10 heretical, but I kind of like this. All I like is get plus 5 athletics and minus 10% toxic damage taken. So, since I can't really do the things I need right now, because I'm locked out of these for not having the right ones, let's just keep this going. Get something that I can make on it. And that'll get the efficiency up here. Langren's Belt. Oh yay, more space pirates. We'll visit the worlds first. There's a drifting cargo over there. That's what we're actually looking for. Nothing there. Asteroid planet, dead planet, shattered world. Balls of the Riven worlds contain extremely something something. Take the, this will get me up to 20 plasteel, and then I probably don't need more plasteel. Balls of Riven worlds contain extremely rare materials. Hector Pattern Plasma Battery. Long-range broadside plasma macro cannons fire 3 shots, dealing 33 per shot. Yes, please. Let's replace my short-range broadsides. So that'll be a port side now. Begin scan here. So I could get 4 provisions, but I have a lot of those. And then there is something here. So this cold, windy planet is covered by a raging sea of mustard gray grass so tall it reaches an average human's waist. The monotony of endless steppe is occasionally broken by chains of murky green lakes. But the Augur crew spots a far more interesting anomaly, a scar running several dozens of kilometers deep, splitting the world's equator in two. The crew intercepts a faint signal coming from one of the labor settlements in the deep chasm. Due to an unstable connection, the foreman mistakes her vessel for a winter-scale ship, one which was due to arrive 9 cycles ago. The foreman grimly reports that over a weak channel that the adamantine ore deposits on the world are nearly depleted and that the planet will fully be mined out in less than a decade. With some difficulty, he picks up enough words to understand that the ship in orbit belongs to another rogue trader house, and then awkwardly apologizes and falls silent. At some point, the connection falls off completely, and you leave the foreman as progress to. So that's like nothing but continental world belongs to winter scale, and that's his adamantine planet that's about to run short. You sight a ship hovering over a void station. The vessel bears no identifying marks, but the landing craft swarming the station below makes the situation clear. Pirates have seized an Imperial outpost. Augurs detect that pirate ship is warming up engines and quickly reloading its cannons is preparing for battle. We'll attack first.
This hallowed vessel's bulkheads will hold strong.
Alright, so Cobra class destroyer, Viper class destroyer, Viper. So 3 Vipers, all pointed away from me. Cool. If I go here, I can fire the Mazor Lance at the Viper way down south. Which isn't going to do much, but it's something. If I go down by like 3, I can fire the port side at this Cobra class. And they're down. If I go down by 1 more, the starboard can hit this Viper class. I'm assuming the dorsal can then hit them as well. Which didn't do too much, and then I can torp. And we're gonna make them do a turn. Do a little damage to them. And we're just going to keep heading down. So one of them down, one very badly injured, one's shields are down. So if I start here, I can actually Mazoa the Viper class right by the plasma torps. Going like right here, I can dorsal them again. Then I can do a drive-by hitting this Viper class with the port side cannons, taking out the torpedoes there, and we'll just do that. And we can have these guys come on down and maybe hit the Viper class next turn. Lav Grav Colrin, that's a new one. And this Viper class is about to go down. Hoping they don't do too much to the torps there. They really did. Well, we can hit this Viper class destroyer, maybe take him out. I'm not sure how much damage it'll actually do. Starboard, the one that just got hit. We're going to do a flipperoo. Go straight back at him. Mazoa Lance. I don't think my stuff is going to do what I want, but can make the plasma torps change direction. And we'll put some more plasma torps down. So Mazoa Lance first. If I get to like right here, I can use the dorsal cannon on him. Starbreaker Lance, go. And then, oh, they're just down. I was planning my next attack. I was gonna say, which one was the new cannon? Well, I have to take out their torpedo. Then plasma battery, go. Usually that goes down, so this is new. And plasma torpedoes break plasma torpedoes. I was gonna say, why am I keeping going? Oh, okay, so Ryza pattern battery. This is exactly what I'm using. Got some ancient machinery and some more scrap. Did I need to repair? Or was that just an actual win with no damage? That was an actual win with almost no damage. And plundered void station. Anything aboard? We will do this in the next episode then and see what I can plunder on the plundered void station. Because you know this is going to be good. Oh, that is amazing. Look at Abelard. He's still, like, sitting or something. But I think that's a good place to stop it. We've been recording for a while. A lot of space battles, space exploration. Actually went away from Kavia Gamma, which is counterproductive, but at the same time, got a rumor done, which is great. Got something really good for the ship, which is going to help a lot in the space battles, which hopefully will help on the way to Kavia Gamma, and we'll go from there. So that'll be it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and otherwise, as always, I wish you all well. I will see you next time, and please have a good one.